at 12:05. Uh, we have done a quick tech check and quick audio check. So maybe at that time, very fewer participants were there. But right now, if you guys can hear me or listen to me or see me, just give me a thumbs up. So it will give a double check for me for this tech check. Thank you, Sudhir. Thank you, Stuti, Anup, Dinesh. Thank you, Ravi sir. It's very nice to see lots and lots of veterans in such kind of events. A lot of familiar faces. Some people I see every day, almost twice. Meet them on cup of coffee. So all the inspirational people are there in this call. Thank you so much for joining and making it happen. I think we should wait for some more time. The number is increasing every second. Let's wait for one more minute. I know for 4Gs, it's very hard. They are very punctual and they join before the time. And just wasting their 2, 3 minutes is very precious, including I have also lived the same life in Forge. So thank you for all the punctual participants, seniors, all the veterans. But I think it's a Sunday afternoon. People may be commuting, doing some personal work. So we should respect their time and wait for one more minute. And then maybe we can start the session. So just bear with me for 2 more minutes. Let's 12:05 will start shortly. All right, it's 12:05 in my clock, and I think we should get started. We have around 50 participants in this masterclass. So first of all, thank you so much everyone for joining this session. I know it's Sunday afternoon, and being a 4G, being a veteran, I know there are a lot of plans for 4Gs at this time. When I was in Navy, I was posted in Vizag. We used to go to the famous Dolphin Cove for the sea-facing lunch at this time, or you call it brunch at this time. So if you guys are, if everyone is joining this session at this hour, it means the session has the priority, the career has the priority for everyone. So thank you so much. Deepest gratitude from my heart that thank you for joining this call. Some of the quick guidelines or rules I would like to say. Like kindly mute yourself when we are doing the class. If you want to ask any question, just raise your hand. We will be promptly unmuting you so that we will be addressing everyone's query with a focused quality and output. The second thing is that it would be very great for me. If you guys can switch on your camera, because it will look very good. As I told you earlier, I can see a lot of people to whom I meet every day. I have served with them. So thank you for joining the call. But if I see more and more faces, that will be more motivating for me to see the fellow veterans on the call and to interact with them. Uh, Last but not the least, it's like the agenda for this particular session I would like to discuss with this cohort, that first we are going to understand what is this transitioning actually look like for transitioning military officers. What is the need of the hour? Because everybody is shouting AI in the market right now, and especially for a community who kind of faces a mid-career crisis when they retire from the armed forces and join the corporate world. This AI is creating a bit catalyst into that chaos. So let's discuss all those chaotic situation. What questions you have in your mind in this session? And during this session, we will be having a chance to create our own AI application. I know, like development and creating any AI thing, it's kind of a nightmare, especially for the tech Faujis. I know I can see a lot of technical seniors of mine from the Navy who can create AI applications within minutes or hours. But I'm talking about profiles like me who are non-techies. And if they hear this thing, that we are going to create our own application, I think, Naveen, you are joking. But believe me or not, ladies and gentlemen, in this session, we are going to create our own AI application, which is going to assist you in transitioning. And at the last, we are going to discuss further about the question and answer for the session. So that is going to be the agenda for the class. If you have any questions, just type them in the comment in the chat section to maintain the decorum of the agenda, because I know hundreds of the questions are there in your mind. And if you want to take the questions only, then I think we'll not be able to cover the complete agenda. So let's get started with the agenda. At the end, we have dedicatedly spare around 45 minutes to 60 minutes, especially for the question and answer rounds. And this is like our commitment from the Faujitech side, that we will not close this session until all the questions are not answered. So that one thing I can tell you. So keep all the questions, jot it down in your diary, in your mobile phone, in your applications, or in the chat section, so that we can take each and every question at the end of the session. So that was the intro part of that. Now let's go ahead and start the first agenda. Let me share my screen. Perfect. So, as I already welcome to this masterclass on AI for Armed Forces Veterans. It looks very proud. It's very proud moment for me to interact with the community where I belong to, where I come from the past. And what is the idea behind the masterclasses? Like to familiarize this community that although AI is going to is troubling you right now, in each and every aspect of your personal and professional lives. But I think it is not that kind of a nightmare. And since we have climbed lots of vertical hills in our Army, Air Force, and naval careers. If you compare those toughness to this AI, I don't think so. It can challenge our commitment and resilience. So, with a proper guidance and roadmap, I think any one of us from the veteran side can easily defeat this AI menace and convert this troubling AI into a superpower to transition to the AI related roles in the corporate. So that is the agenda, that is the introduction. Let's go ahead with the idea for building this particular community. So I just take you back 3 years ago from this place. I just give my introduction. I'm a retired naval officer. My name is Lieutenant Commander Naveen Upadhyay. I served on board warships and submarines in the Navy from 2012 to 2022. And as part of a short service commissioned officer, I don't have any option except to leave the Navy, because I was a proud submariner, and given a chance, I would have easily taken the permanent commission and serve the complete life in the Navy on board submarines. But unfortunately, because of the policies, everybody knows for short service commissioned officer, I have to take my career break in 10 years. And after that, when I transitioned from the military to corporate, it was a complete chaos for me. There was people were talking about resumes. I'm talking about 2022 when the AI was not that much adamant and not a big problem at that time. It has just started evolving. But when I just tried to communicate with the industry people, uh, they just told that I think your profile is not matching to go into the corporate world. You just try for the security officer's role in the banking sector, which usually military people do. You forget about tech because I think you have already left the bus 10 years ago. And considering my profile, I was a hardcore executive branch officer. Maybe if I can compare it with the army, then it will be like an infantry officer. And my background was also like a non-tech background. So throughout the my naval career, I was stay away from the technology. The technology which we have used on board submarines, I was on an EKM submarine, that is the Russian submarine, conventional submarine, where the technology was like 30 years behind the current technology. So although I worked on a technical submarine, but still my skills were outdated, and that have created a lot of chaos, a lot of problems in my mind. And like, how what will I do in my career, because I don't have a job, and like I don't get any pension also. So what will happen to my family? I have an ailing parents with me, my mom and my dad, and I had a like 6 months old kiddo with me with my wife. And suddenly, what will happen to my career? Then during the DGR courses, I got shortlisted for IIM Lucknow. I think we all know about the DGR, Director General Resettlement courses. We call them like 6 months courses in the IIMs. And there again, the dilemma happened that all the organizations which were coming to hire people, although they are very few because IIMs does not provide you handholding for the placements, but the organizations which were coming for hiring, they were blindly selecting the profiles which have a technological background around them. And that was like another fact check for me, that I didn't get shortlisted for any of the roles in the IIM itself. And IIM was like a cushion for me that, oh, I am going to IIM and now I'll get a placement. But that was a very, very big fact check for me because I didn't get out of anything out of it. And there I started communicating with the professors who are from the IT background. And then I just carved out a roadmap that how to convert this non-tech profile, which is not suitable for any role in this current corporate world, to a role where I think I will fit into almost all the roles. And then I started taking small, small steps. But I burned my hands in the last 3 years a lot because there are a lot of open source domain knowledge available, a lot of courses are available. And being a Fauji, we feel that like we have to do everything to settle down in this next second innings. And I have done n number of courses, unnecessary certifications, and then I finally found the way after 3 years that what I want actually. And then when I look back, then I see that the 3 years, the struggle, the troubles which I have faced, I did not to face them. I could have carved out very simple roadmap for me if somebody would have there for me and would have hand holded me to the corporate world. And with the half of the efforts, I could have reached here. So then the bulb on moment came in my life, and I started jotting on all the problem statements which I faced as a veteran in the last 3 years, being a non-tech from the non-tech background. And then I decided to start a kind of a community where my experiences, my learning lessons can be found useful for people like me who are coming out of the military to veteran. So that is a kind of background around this Faujitech world. Uh, Along with me, I think I should say that a Fauji cannot do anything alone. Somebody should be there because we also have low moments in our life. So Nevetya is there with me. He is an AI expert. He worked as an AI product management in the industry for the last 11 to 12 years. And when he heard this idea, then he told that I think he's from Jabalpur and he has seen a lot of army around him. So he told that, Naveen, I want to join your hands in this effort. And why not, Navidya, you can introduce yourself and then we can take this session forward.
Sure. First of all, thanks everyone for joining in and making sure that this session is lively enough. Just a very brief introduction about me. I'm Nevedya. I'm from Jabalpur. So from childhood, I have seen a lot of army folks have essentially, for those of you who have stayed in Jabalpur, posted in Jabalpur, might be aware, right, that Jabalpur is a very open city. So you can pretty much visit all the facilities inside out. And I was very fortunate to do that. And Naveen, essentially, when he approached me, I was like excited about kind of taking this opportunity up because uh, during the course of my journey in corporate for the last 11 plus years, 5 years I have also spent on mentoring people. So over 1,000 people I have mentored. This includes a lot of veterans, not only from India, but also from US, UK, and Germany as well. So it kind of came it as a bolt from the blue that, hey, this is something that I have already been doing. And now with Naveen coming in, we can actually have a focus there. And one of the best things which I have essentially kind of observed about you people is that people from forces often kind of underweigh themselves. That's why we also created the CTC calculator for you. That, hey, don't undersell yourself because the things that you bring in, like for example, discipline, like for example, your life skills, like for example, the extreme pressure situations when you faced in, all those become extremely valuable in the world of AI. And as I see it progressing, it's going to be something where a lot of opportunity will come for those who grab it with both hands. So this kind of the timing, all the stars were essentially kind of aligned in, and we thought that, hey, let's why not give a genuine shot to it. So I think Naveen, we can proceed ahead.
Oh, thank you, Navitya, for the quick introduction. Let's go ahead with the agenda for the sessions. So to start this first masterclass, we have shared a detailed questionnaire with the 200 plus veterans. We actually got the response from 200 plus veterans. I tried my level best to reach out to the maximum of the veterans. I personally connected with them, had a chat with them, how they are feeling, who are transitioning, and who have already been transitioned. So the biggest fears in the own veteran community world, which we have identified, were that 56% of the veterans were told that we are fearful of this AI and this technology because we are only hearing this word. We have never, what we can say, check the lay of the land. So we don't know what is going to happen, and that is a what we can say. We have that myth in our minds that Fauji's will have to follow because this is our second inning. It's not like that. We have already led people and we are here to lead people. The only gap which needs to be filled, we need complete like good mentors, good roadmap, good people who can prepare a roadmap. And that's why this 56% people have this fear. Second thing which we found out is we are too old to start. Like nowadays, these Gen Zs who are coming out of the college in 19, 20, 20 and 1 year old, they are creating their own startups. They are creating their own agentic AI communities and the businesses, and in 5 6 years they sell it to some of the big giant companies and becoming millionaire. So in this field where somebody is running a what we can say 100-meter sprint, how we can run this marathon, because we are too old to start. Even a short service commissioned officer who retire from the armed forces after 10 years is around 33 to 35 years of age. So he's still very like the current generation is still 10 years younger to them. So that was another fear. And I must say this, all these are myths we are going to break in this session for you. And these are the words for our own veteran fellow people.
So just wanted to kind of bring in one thing, right? So when we thought of designing this session, and that's why our philosophy is very simple. Whatever we tell, we execute it to the T. And these are all your feedback that was there. So what inputs you guys provided, from that this is captured. So it the idea was that whatever we cover today and we as we move forward should actually resonate with the ground truth, not some made up thing that is there. So these are all your responses that are essentially condensed into these segments, if we call it.
I still remember my first meeting with Navidya when he told that, Naveen, what we need to cover in the session. And when I learned product management in my career later, and I am a AI product manager, my mentor used to tell me one thing, that people have one tendency to jump onto the solution. If you can identify the problem first, I think you have solved 90% of the problem, because once you identify the problem, then the solution is easy. Anybody can provide the solution. And that's why the survey of your target audience is the best thing to capture that problem. And this is the problem statement. And other things are like that. 9% have said that identity crisis is another thing. Cultural shock is another thing, because we work in an environment where the camaraderie, the chain of command, everything exists. Nowadays, the teams are becoming very lean, and the roles are becoming individual contributors, where you have to run the show, do the heavy lifting by alone. So how we will be able to done this when we don't have the background of the tech or AI? Now we don't have the men to work under us. So it's like you have just tied up both our hands as a Fauji. We used to have a lot of people reporting to us in the armed forces. Now here, how will I be able to do? That was another fear. And then hierarchy, another thing I have already covered. So these are the problem statements. We map it with the sessions agenda. And I have already explained about the story. Like when I stepped out after 10 years as a submariner, I felt exactly what you're feeling right now. I still remember I got an option to extend my services for 2 years. And out of nowhere, it came into my mind. And I told my commanding officer that, sir, the early I retire, early I settle down in the corporate career. Uh, and at that time when I retire, it was like I was cool. I should not have said that. I should have taken those 2 years or 4 years of extension in the armed forces. But now I'm feeling comfortable that after burning my hands initially 1 or 2 years, I have reached a position where I can say that that decision was amazing. So that is the thing. And I didn't have any roadmap. I have done it, tried and tested, burned my hands, everything. But now I have a repository for 3 years, that what all mistakes I have done and how those mistakes can be answered, so that the people from my kind of profile can be benefited out of it. So that was the thing. Uh, Another thing is like the main bullseye here to hit for any transitioning veteran or a person who is already transitioned into corporate but he's not happy with his role, is that what is actually hiring process. What is happening in the hiring pipeline right now? Uh, we retire from the armed forces from a very prestigious position, but there are a lot of problems. We are not able to translate our capabilities. You don't know one of the capabilities which you have right now can be utilized for senior leadership positions. But when we try to pitch ourselves, and it's not our fault also, because we don't have that kind of what we can say, mentoring or upskilling or people who can teach us. There are a few people who are doing a very good job for the veterans, but the efforts needs to be changed to scale it in the AI era. So a 25 years old senior officer, from senior person from the Indian Armed Forces can become a director for any GCCs which are opening right now. But the only issue is that we are not able to translate our capabilities. We are not able to map what we have done in the past to the current roles. And last but not the least, we cannot provide the flavor of tech around it. Especially, we are fearful of the tech thing, which is not at all required for the senior leadership position. Nobody is going to tell any of the Fauji to code in the armed forces, in the corporate world right now. They just want you to understand those technological jargons. They just want to become a bridge between the C-suite of corporate world and the on-ground teams. If you can become a translator, you can understand that the goal of the senior leader peoples like CXOs, translate them into a kind of a semi-tech tone targets with milestones to your tech teams. Take their blockers, and then report it to the senior leadership, that is sufficient. So nobody is going to tell you to open the console and start coding. If you can understand what is happening, what is the end goal, and how the moving pieces are working right now, that is sufficient enough for you. So that is again, we are going to create when we are going to address all these questions when we create that AI tool today with the help of Navitya. So the hiring pipelines are like that only. They just ask you, short, first of all, the HR will search for the better profiles. That okay, who has applied for these kind of profiles? Now, when they see your resume, first of all, they don't see that there's a tool, very cruel tool called ATS. It sees the profiles, and then before starting your journey of the interview, you got blocked there only. And we keep on saying that there are no job available in the market. I have seen interacted with people every time when I interact with Fauji's, they say that the market is down right now for XYZ reasons. The hirings are not happening. But actually, you see in those duration also people are getting job offers. So it means they have done something which is required to be done, and we are just slightly lack of that kind of capabilities, which we are going to fill in this session. Uh, if we talk whatever we have talked in the last 5 minutes, if we want to what we can say analyze them in terms of numbers, then this slide is for you. Uh, from November 2022 till 2026, the first quarter of 2026, as far as US is concerned, the AI bus has already left. Everybody knows that it's kind of a very self-explanatory website slide for you. 78% of organization uses AI, and up to 55% 1 year ago. So you can see there is a 23% increment in terms of AI adaptability, and this is keep on going day by day, month by month, quarter by quarter, and year by year. 87% of CEOs says that AI requires entirely new skills from their workforce. One good thing which I have learned, which can be used as an added advantage to our veteran community, is that AI, along with the domain knowledge, is going to create a lot of value for the corporate world. The CXOs have lots and lots of problems which needs to be solved with a decision making skill. Now, what happens? We have that leadership decision making skill with us. If we blend it with the AI kind of skills, then we have that guts, we have the courage to talk to the senior leadership people that I can solve this problem, provided that I need A, B, C, D kind of resources. And if you can confidently say to those senior leadership people, those A, B, C, D resources will be given to you. And then with the help of your experience, our experience of coordinating, collaborating with the people, I think this problem can be what we can say directed to help us in our career advancements. 85% of India employees are now use AI tools and work in, whether you're from security, you're from supply chain management, you are from the machine learning background, or you're doing a software engineering or AI engineering. I don't think so any of the department right now is there. I can see like production is there where at the blue collar level, people are not using AI right now. But when you go for the corporate world, I think everybody is using and started talking about how to adapt and how to adapt our workforce into the AI capabilities. So I think that is it. If I talk about this, and if I give this what we can say class to talk on this slide, anybody can talk about this slide for half an hour minimum. So let's move on to the next one. Now, AI is a dual-edged sword. Every coin has two faces. Now, we as a Fauji, because we don't know how to create a roadmap, how to use it as for our benefit, we only see the bad part of this sword. We don't see the good part of that sword. And if we have the proper roadmap, proper mentorship, and proper guidance, I think we can utilize this challenge as an opportunity to uplift our careers. Like 100,000 AI-driven layoffs in 2025 and 30K plus in first 2 months of 2026. So we say that, boss, I don't know AI, and I may be the next one in the firing list, or they call it reduction in force. But we should say that if we adopt this, then 170 million new jobs by 2023, 2030, and new gain of 78 million after displacement. So that is another thing. Like if you switch, then I think you can utilize it for your benefit. Similarly, 40% of employers plan workforce cut where AI automates tasks. 30 to 50% salary premium for AI skilled professional in the same role. This I can give with confidence that I work in my organization in the machine learning intelligence operation, which is an AI capability world. And when I compare my salary to my counterparts, I am a vice president in my organization. And when I compare my salary with a VP who is in operations or with a VP who is in infrastructure facility, then there is a huge difference between the salaries. And the AI and machine learning intelligence operation is the highest paying domain right now. So it's a blessing in disguise for me that I have burned my hands, but I reached to a position where I am putting in the same efforts, but at the same time, I am gaining the experience of sitting on that AI role, which is counting in my resume. At the same time, I'm getting additional salary because the domain pays you very high. Uh, about the third point, like AI block is 4,000 jobs. AI change what it means to run a company. AI/ML roles grow 143% year on year, prompt engineering plus 136%. So I think there are huge number of advantages if we utilize this AI fear into an AI opportunity. And then maybe I think we can also narrate our success stories in future.
Yeah, Naveen, just one point which I wanted to mention. So this is something that has been there. You might have seen a lot of videos, right? AI is the doomsday harbinger and all those things. One of the books which I closely read is Bhagavad Gita, obviously. So I want all of you to essentially recall the fact that it was, so if you look at Bhagavad Gita, it was Arjun who actually asked the right questions, because of which Krishna responded and Bhagavad Gita was created. Krishna was actually God. He knew everything. So for him to answer everything is no amazing feat. But imagine the tenacity of someone actually asking the right questions. This same thing applies in AI era. It's not about the AI system. AI system has already it has consumed entire world data on the that is available on the internet. But world would still need people who ask the right questions in the right context with the right domain skill, as Naveen was mentioning. So if the question still persists, where my value comes in, that question is essentially kind of answered from the fact that if you have the right tenacity and the right experiences, and if you can essentially ask the right questions even today and tomorrow, there will be even more brighter future than ever before. So that I just wanted to kind of quote in, because that is something which I have been observing being asked quite a lot. uh, yeah, thanks, Naveen. Just yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize on the last point for those who upgrade the second column, which says that 95% of veterans haven't learned AI yet. That is the opportunity which we can leverage on. And I'm not saying to change the domain. You can remain in the same domain, use the AI, and secure your current role also, and upskill and scale your current role also. So that is one of the biggest skill gap, or what we can say career gap, which I have found. And I started working on it. I'm only 10 to 20%. I have achieved my targets. The sky is the limit for AI if we want to upskill and learn. But still, that 95% of veterans are still yet to explore this world, and that is one of the key factors. If we start working it on time, then maybe I think we can create a good career future for us. This is the hiring profile. Everybody knows that what is happening in India. All the organizations are hiring in India. All the GCC, the global capability centers, are setting up in India, and that is why you see the data centers. If you talk about Google is purchasing land, opening a lot of data centers in India. If you talk about other organizations which were operating remotely from India, the employees are working here, but they don't have any dedicated office. They also started opening offices in India. They call it GCCs. So opportunity is numerous, because if you upskill and if you start seeing these opportunities, then we have the demand. We need to just supply for this particular AI era. Uh, at present, like 24,000 veterans are already in GCCs, and which is going to like see a very good upsurge in the upcoming futures. And that is going to happen with the help of this these upskillings in a respective domain. And we are not creating a threat here. We are just creating an awareness. We are not saying that the veterans are bad because they don't know AI and all, and other people are very good. We have good capabilities. We just have to tweak. In the startup world, they call it pivot. So we just have to pivot and to get the maximum benefits for this market from this market. And other things are like 77% of GCC is higher in mid to senior level. uh, every senior leader wants that the work from his plate get reduced, and the work can be reduced with an responsible person. And if you leave everything, and if you want a CEO to choose a responsible person, who he is going to choose? Whenever you see a veteran, he is what we can say testimony for discipline, testimony for ownership, testimony for responsibility. So that thing nobody can take it away from us. No matter Gen Z, Gen Alpha, or any Gen will come and they will upskill in AI and become like AI CEOs. But when ownership, leadership, decision making, and what we can say responsibility factor will come, then I don't think so any of in this world any profile can replace veterans out of this four metrics. So that is one of the big things. So mid to senior career opportunities are available in GCCs for veterans. We just need to showcase that what they want to listen in our language, that what we have done. So that is one of the key gap analysis which we can do. 10.4% GCCs lead India 2026 salary growth, highest of any sector. There's another like self-explanatory fact. 30 to 50% AI premium on top of base pay for the same role. So as I already mentioned that I am in the same organization at my level, drawing a better salary because I'm in the AI team. It's a fortunate thing for me to happen, because I have in the other organization I was a VP in a non-AI role, and their salaries were like huge difference, 15 to 20% salary difference was there from the non-tech to tech role. And last but not the least, like Amazon, we all know Amazon hires a lot from the veterans, but they hire from the operations side. And we can leverage because we have the, like, if I'm not wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. We have MOU with the Amazons. They hire directly from the veteran world. So if why not we should go and say that we are capable of AI, not only operations role, and let us hire in the technical project manager, technical program manager, or AI product manager roles. Wells Fargo, AT&T, Deutsche, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and the numbers are like, if I want to tell, in last 3 years, I have seen a lot of websites for veteran hiring. So that was all about the hiring profile. I think we should speed up on this process. Naivedya, would you like to
Sure.
just cover this for the veteran fraternity, please?
Sure, 100%. So, so if you look at the roles that have been there traditionally, where veterans are essentially placed in, it's either operations, project management, cybersecurity, strategy consulting, or corporate security. Now, in all those roles, what the trend that now is emerging is the role requires the same domain level expertise, but now with the help of AI, your work is getting augmented. Think of it like earlier when the soldiers would operate in, they would operate in SAS rifles, right? Now we are moving towards AK-203. If I just take the military analogy, now that means you have a weapon which is much lighter to handle, which is much more robust, but at the same time, your enemy has also upgraded. So you need to augment your time to response and all to essentially have the precision hit. Same thing is happening here. In operations, if you look at specifically for program management and roles, earlier Excel trackers were there. Nowadays, AI dashboards that are there. You might have heard the term often. It's called vibe coding. So in a sense, people are using AI to create interfaces on top of their existing Excel reports. So there is so this thing will keep on continue to evolve as we kind of progress along. Any kind of anomaly detection, earlier it was simplistic email reporting. Now, with the help of AI, you can pretty much automate those things. So, in a sense, when Naveen is saying it's going to be an AI role, that means within your domain also, you can actually upgrade yourself to a more AI centric initiative that your org is taking. Everywhere teams want to optimize, whether it's operations, whether it's project management, whether it's cybersecurity. For cybersecurity, now the need is for, hey, can we have automated incident response? Can we have agentic AI created, which allows us to detect the threat and also auto resolve the threat? Now, all these things don't require you to shift the underlying base knowledge completely. What it requires you to have a mindset shift, which I'll just talk about as we kind of proceed along. Naveen, can you move to next slide? Yeah. So, by the way, Naveen was mentioning, I just want to call it out. Uh, I have had several interactions with several veterans over the years. I've seen Naveen even from the state when he was essentially kind of getting challenged, and then he kind of progressed along. And before the JP Morgan interviews, Naveen, if you would recall, right, we actually had an extensive call, and I was there bucking you up, not because of the fact that it was like I wanted to give him some motivation note. But the thing is that inherent capability is already there. For example, when you say I commanded 200 men in a challenging environment, now if you tell it that ways, a corporate person would think, hey, I'm not building a new battalion, I'm building a new team. What does that mean? But if you translate that correctly, hey, I am actually good at cross-functional execution under high-stake ambiguity. Now, what you are essentially trying to same thing you have done, but here you have actually changed your language. Here you are highlighting to them what value you can bring. Same 200 people you need to command again, but here the challenge would be that, hey, can this person navigate through uncertain situations? Can the person think on feet? So all those things have to be translated there. And good thing is your DNA already has that. It's just about unveiling it properly. For example, operated under zero error tolerance. In military, we are all aware you guys operate at extreme zero tolerance. Now here, if you look at it, AI governance and risk management also requires that zero error tolerance. For those of you who are in fintech space, know if a failure happens and it doesn't get resolved in a matter of couple of hours, it's going to be an extremely high stake game, because RBI would not say that, okay, we'll wait for 2 days. You have to essentially have the experience of operating under high pressure situations with extreme precision. All those things are already there. AI is a 6 month layer on top of it. It's not the base that is there. Your 20 years are your base. Those are your foundations, which frankly, no boot camp will teach you. It's the learnings that have happened that is already there with you. And now you just need to essentially progress along. Naveen, if you could just move to next one. Very quickly, and we will shortly switch on to building the tool, because I feel enough of talks have happened. Uh, so the veterans who have made in transition, right, they can essentially look at commanding from 25 lakh to a crore plus salaries. Even if you move to top of the notch companies, it's not very unheard of, right? A package of around 2 CR comes in. And if you move to C levels, then there's actually no bar. The formula that is needed is your military DNA combined with AI skills to and the translation that is there to essentially lead you to your corporate career. So you already have the base, you need to add the layer, and you need to add the translation to essentially target the corporate career. So what we are trying to do is bridge the gaps. All the tools that you have seen, they have been built for life for you. The reason we are building those tools is we genuinely feel that if we can plug in the boxes in 2 and 3, we would essentially set you up for better success. So this is a long game that we are essentially playing through. And we are investing in the best of the breed DNA. So it's a very thought. So we actually put in a lot of thought. Do we actually focus on this area or not? And we realized that military DNA is actually a perfect fit here. So this is the formula overall. And Naveen, if you could just move to the next slide. So, by the way, when I say all about, hey, knowing AI is this, knowing AI is this, knowing AI doesn't mean you know how to prompt chat GPT, Gemini, right? That even a 5-year-old kid knows how to do it. Nowadays, you can speak to AI also, it can do it. So knowing AI is not about prompting chat GPT. That's like a base level skill. It's almost like somebody who has studied in 10th class saying that, okay, I know how to add numbers. It's That's not the skill. Knowing AI means showing what you have built. Can you actually go and interview and tell, hey, I know about AI and here's something I want to show you? It's much better when you show something rather than you tell about something. If you go to a car showroom, he'll show you the car. You do the test drive, right? When you are buying a car which is few lakhs, when you are buying a home, they'll actually show you the interior of it. Same thing is happening more and more here. So it's what the shift that will happen is from the point of just doing certifications to the point of people actually showing it. If I just give you an example, Naveen, before going to JP Morgan's interview, and Naveen will show you, he actually created a portfolio using AI, using Lovable app, which he showcased to me. And the point that I mentioned was don't talk, just show, and let the show actually do the talking for you. So, Naveen, if you could just highlight upon, right, what you built at that point of time and how it helped you in your interviews.
Yeah, and I would like to start with one small phrase like, as the AI is evolving, the concentration or the focus of the human beings is being distracted nowadays. So the highest engagement is with the videos, then maybe audio slash visuals, and then they go into the texts. So for any hiring manager who is on a position of managing director or a vice president who is hiring your profile, it is very hard to get his engagement on your one page resume. And that's why, and videos are like very I should not say use, people are using, we have seen some of the folks in Google, they have uploaded their video resume and they got the job offer. But AI portfolio is one of the portfolio, whatever you have done is one of the key thing which you can showcase, and then they can appreciate, oh, this guy is not only talking the talk, he has already walked the walk. So and pardon my what we can say presentation here, because again I call myself a non-tech who is transitioning into an AI world. There are maybe seniors, there are maybe veterans who are more qualified than me in terms of AI coding and engineering. So that will be if you find any feedback, I would love to see. But this is what I have shown when somebody told me that, could you please tell me what you have done in your life? So I haven't shown them my resume, I shown them my portfolio, and I have updated it. So it has now like product management of VP of product management world also. Uh, this is a visual representation of a portfolio where whatever products, whatever projects you have done, somebody can select from here also that these are the project this guy has done. So rather than translating in terms of general plain English, highlighting those keywords and providing this much percentage of efforts reduction you have done or operational capabilities you have done, you can create a small website. A non-tech, again I'm telling, people are there who can tell that I can build better portfolio, better website than this. Yes, I accept it. I'm not saying that I'm a master, but I can say that whatever input I had, I have provided 200% better output from that. That is the key message I want to give with this. If he wants to download my resume, he can download from here. He need not to search in his email. Then this is the my current role which I have joined, kind of a visual representation of my resume. And there are a lot of visuals which I have not added till now, which I want to add to make it more, it's an iterative kind of portfolio. So the more you will start working, more you will start updating it, and it's an iterative approach to update this one.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing which I want to, or since I also participate in hiring a lot of people and a lot of people at different levels within the org, uh, think from an interviewer standpoint. He'll be like, oh, this guy already knows how to deploy in production. he already knows how to use a tool like Lovable, which is one of the recommended tools which any organization which is essentially thinking of doing a AI transition would essentially look at tools like Lovable and Anytime. So if this guy knows this, he can easily adopt to that. This guy already knows how to essentially kind of be resourceful. All those things come together when somebody sees it. It's like there's one person who is telling the story and the other person who is actually doing the thing. You would always trust someone who is actually doing the thing, right? Versus somebody is telling a story. Now, that kind of changes the narrative completely from a point of, hey, this person, as an interviewer, I am constantly testing whether he actually knows or not. When this is shown, my framework will change. So I will be like, hey, this guy already knows it. Right. Let me just ask a few more questions. So my now interview, instead of becoming an interrogation exercise, becomes a collaborative exercise with them. And those are the people you want to hire. You want people whom you can collaborate with in corporate. You don't want people who are essentially, because knowledge is there, right? I mean, it's available for free. Just spend $20, get ChatGPT, you can get the best brain of the world. What you need is solid people who can collaborate. And these kind of things actually showcase to the interviewer that, hey, this guy actually has the expertise to move ahead. Now, this is Naveen's portfolio. It's not been updated for last 14, 15 months, right? Now, uh, what we will essentially kind of walk you today is how can you build something, an actually live bot of your resume, and essentially you can showcase it to the recruiters. Think of it like your own digital twin or your own executive assistant is created who can answer literally everything about you. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So I mean, if you could just move next. So uh, I'll be taking over the screen shortly.
You can.
Yeah. So what we will do right now is we will build a live chatbot, which will be very useful for you. If you are applying in corporate, it will help you to showcase that, hey, I have built something. You can actually build that and post it on your LinkedIn. You can literally create it for your own enterprise also if you are running a business. So those things you can actually do. And the idea right now is in these 20 minutes, we will build a very simplistic version of it. But the idea is that you would essentially get away from the fear of technology because I've seen, and this is something that I have also personally faced in where people would essentially overwhelm me and they'll be like, hey, I know this much level of depth in tech. Frankly, in today's world, you don't need it. So in next 20 minutes, we will go ahead and build it. Just give me a thumbs up. I just want to essentially know that you guys are with me and we are managing to put you not to sleep. So uh, we don't want disengagement. And if there's any point you guys want to mention during when I do this presentation, specifically around building it, any question that you have, make sure that you type it and post. So thank you so much
Okay.
for the
And
encouragement.
there's a one statutory warning for those people who are very much technologically expert in this call. So please, sir, you guys have to bear with us because this is for the people who are building it from the scratch. You just imagine that they are building from the scratch. So the level will be very, what we can say, easy to adopt. And some people who are AI experts, they can feel like that what you guys are teaching. My son of class 12 can do this. So please bear with us. We have to think about the complete target audience here, and that will be very simplistic form for it. If anybody wants to know the nitty-gritties of technological expertise in that, maybe you can touch with us offline and we can assist you. They can assist you in that also.
Sure. Hey, thanks, Naveen. And by the way, for them, I have the architecture diagram. So
Oh, perfect.
we'll also talk about that a little bit more detail. So basically, we'll also look at from what kind of questions you can be asked and what kind of things that you know also need to improvise upon. And this is something we'll start from scratch. So let me log out and so uh, so for now, the tool I'm covering is chatbase.co. By the way, we are not in any way sponsored by them or something. The reason we are covering it is it's very simple to create one piece, uh, an agentic bot using this. So it is essentially allows you to build very simplistic bot and kind of go to production as fast as possible. So it will allow you to kind of showcase something which you have it. And even during interviews, you can, if they ask you to create something, you can actually create in live for them. You will be like, hey, in 1 hour, why should I tell you when I can do it? So all those things actually create a lot of impression in terms of high agency thinking that, hey, we can do it very fast. So
Navitya, I just shared the link of this
yeah,
chat base for in the chat section. If anybody is finding it difficult to go onto this website, you can click on that directly and reach to this page.
yeah. So the one thing that you need to do in is you need to sign in as with every tool. And here I've set up the login. So I'll not cover the very basics of it. Everybody knows, right, how to log in. And also you can log in via your Google account. And it actually provides you a very simplistic interface to create a new AI agent. Now, when you say that, hey, I want to create an AI agent, it actually asks you what is the knowledge source you want, because you don't want to create a general bot, right? That's chat gpt already. You want to create a bot on something. You want to create a bot for resume. You want to create a bot for a website. So right now what I will do is I will select, either if I already have a portfolio like Naveen has it, I can paste it, the link here, or I can set up manually using the sources that are there. Now, it allows me to upload all the files and everything as well. By the way, just pay attention. You don't need to take screenshots and everything. We'll share the video recording also. So just for some time, just pay absolute attention, no noting down, no, just go with the flow for next 5 minutes. I just need your undivided attention. Now I can actually go in and drop the files that on which I actually want to train the bot. So think of it this way. AI can literally answer any question that you want to. It's almost the same analogy. Arjun could have asked any question to Krishna and they would have answered because they would essentially know everything about it. Just I'm kind of let's dumb it down to here. AI can answer anything that is available on internet, but you want that brain to be applied in a specific context. So here, when I say I'm giving training sources, I am giving it some context on on what thing do you need to build a bot. So here, I am selecting Naveen's resume, which is the old one which he created few years back. So the background story is so Naveen actually told me that when he was graduating, he was applying for all sort of roles, and this is the kind of resume that he created. This was for a sales director role. So essentially, he kind of created this kind of resume, and what uh, what I am doing right now is I am giving this as a knowledge source. So once this file actually gets updated, just a second.
And just to, while we are doing it, Vidya, there was a query that whether this chatbase.co is a premium version, paid version, or not a paid version. So we have a free tokens for each email ID. So for such kind of activities, I think it is free, and up to 40 KB documents we can train for this chat base for free. So I think we are good enough. I think my resume is only 8 KB, so you can tweak around with 5 resumes such.
Yeah. Now,
400 kb, my mistake. I just skipped 1 0. Okay.
yeah, basically this is the free version, right? Which you can create. See, the idea is if you are running a business, I'll say take the premium version. It can do a lot of things. It can schedule calls on WhatsApp, it can do whatnot. But if you are applying for roles in corporate where you want to show your AI prowess, at that point of time, I don't think you need the premium account. You can showcase that you know how to build it, you know how to train it. So I'll come to that section also. What kind of questions will be asked as well. So I've given Naveen's resume, and I can link a lot of things also. I can give the website also, and I can do uh, together as well, right? Like both website and file, I can
And we can upload a job description if you have an interview specifically for any role. So that job description can also be part of this.
Yep. And let's name it, right? Naveen's twin, or Naveen's EA. Naveen, I don't know if you have an executive assistant, right?
I don't have
So
that much
yeah,
luxury right now.
yeah. So we are creating one for you. So at least for a few years, you have to live with this. So okay. So and then I can change the color and everything as well. And let me take up Naveen's picture as well. Okay. This is a very big image, so let me take a smaller one. Sorry, Naveen, your head will be cut a bit, but yeah, bear with me. Okay. So this is how the actual bot would look like. Now I'll share the bot a little bit later with everyone. Let me explain few things. What is happening right now is I have given it the file that hey, let create a bot on Naveen's resume, and then I need to give the instructions to it as to how it needs to function. So what I will do is I will update, right, first the role. Now here, right, it's all about typing in plain English, right? You don't need a technical expertise to do it. You can just type in your role. So you are executive assistant of Naveen, act professionally, keep response precise and concise, and also use emojis for engagement. Your primary job is to answer on what skills Naveen brings in, particular to the domain of sales. And then I am writing few constraints also. So what I am actually doing is I am just giving it plain instructions in English. Again, right? What I am asking the agent AI system to do is use the knowledge of Chat GPT, but on the resume of Naveen, and I am giving you instructions on how to tell. Right. So it's like you hire someone at maybe a captain level, right? You bring in someone from a force to essentially command your team. He is at captain level. You give him the manual, you give him the map, you give him the mission briefing, and you give him certain guidelines. This exact thing we are doing, but here in that case, captain was there. Here in this case, it's the model. So it's very simplistic in that sense. Then constraints I am giving is do not divulge from the topic. Always share Naveen's email ID if they have more questions. And I'm also mentioning idea is to sell him as a great candidate buyer. Now, see, it'll ask you, it has paid versions, but here you have continue with free, right? So we'll do it continue with free. And after that, once this is there, this actual bot gets trained. Now let's ask a question. Hey, can you tell me brief summary about Naveen? So what is happening right now is, see, it is bringing in all the points that are actually mentioned in his resume. it's how the Indigo assistant also works. So imagine, right? Somebody just knowing this simplistic thing. And by the way, chat base has been existing for almost 2 years now, right? Imagine, right? You would actually know how to create how these bots and everything are created when you have a chat support there. You can literally train a chat support now and actually mention in your resume, right? Hey, I can actually create uh, production grade chatbot based on a knowledge base. Uh, this is what it is. And like I can ask very specific questions. Can you tell me what did he do in Navy? So whatever is mentioned is in his resume, it'll come up here. So all these things, and I can actually tweak the response that, hey, don't make the response big, don't make the response small by actually mentioning the base instructions here. Now, the good part about it is, before I proceed on to other things, is that I can share it with you also. So you can actually share it with your recruiter and also add in your resume. What you need to do is you need to go to deploy, you need to go to manage, you need to go to embed, you need to go to enable chat widget. By the way, everything is getting recorded. So you can look back again and you can just need to select this link. And then if I share it with any one of you, so this bot is a trained bot. Okay, so let me open it now. And any one of you also can open and ask questions here.
The link is available in the comment section if anybody has not seen this. So the bot's link is available in the comment section.
Now, basically, if you are thinking about what now, there are questions, right? Hey, this is so simple agent and everything, right? So, first and foremost, in tech, right, creating things, in tech, it's always better to kind of proceed on with very fast MVPs and then iterate upon it. What it also allows you to do is you can also set up actions in there, but those are essentially paid. For example, if you are essentially wanting a WhatsApp kind of feature to be set in, where people can ask question on WhatsApp and then response can come, like your ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank responds. All these can actually be created here, created using this simplistic approach. Now I'll come to what this means for your resume. By the way, on a scale of 1 to 5, I just want to know, will you guys, after seeing this and after this recording, be able to create your own chatbot or not? Just doing a pulse check. 5 means you will be able to, 1 means you won't be able to, and anything in between means, right, that I'll cover a little bit more detail.
And so you can see multiple number of fives. I've seen 1, 4, and 1, 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So cool. Awesome. Awesome. Good to know. Now,
Maybe Navidya, as a veteran, I have a query. If
yes.
you can go to the prompt which you have written, and you can copy that prompt and share it in the chat base, it will be easy for all the veterans to paste it in their training model, and then they can tweak it to make as per their
Yeah,
personalization.
100%. So this is the
Yeah. The prompt is shared in the chat bot, in the comment section. And there's one question I have just received that Bhushan is asking that
Mhm.
if you can quickly summarize the steps which have been involved creating this personalized assistant for anyone.
Got
So
it. Yeah.
just a
So
quick walk around.
yes. So first I went to chatbase.co. I then signed in here. I then clicked on login. After that, it asked me to create. So I clicked on new AI agent. Now it allows you to create one AI agent in the free account, right? So which is already created here, right? Which you can see here. But let's delete this and let me create once more because it will be fast. So let me delete this agent. Uh, And this time, Naveen, let's do something different. This
Yeah.
time, let's train it on something which we are doing live, right? So Faujitech.in is also coming in, right? So why not we train a bot for Faujitech?
Super. So
Yeah. So we can train it on website, and in your case, you can upload your resume also, right? So multiple ways essentially you can go about it. So I am giving it the link, and then see, all this is live. All this is happening live. We are actually creating a bot for our own website, right? So this is what production grade means.
yeah,
Production grade
maybe
means
maybe we have a
yeah,
shortages of time or paucity of time on the Sunday, but if we have some time left before 2 o'clock, we can ask any volunteer who can share his screen or her screen. And if they want to test this process, they can do for themselves also, so that it will be beneficial. But we have to see the time because we have time up to 2 o'clock and we have a question answer session also.
100%. So here I've given a link. You can give your resume, you can give your file, and then say train and continue. And then that's it. Yeah, looks good. And then I can give in this context, right? Whatever is there, what is the primary role? I can edit that as there. For now, I'm just confirming the settings. And then let's say continue with free. So, okay, what is Fujitech? So it'll tell everything about the program that is there, which we have mentioned in our website. Everything. So you can create a bot in a very, very simplistic manner. Good thing is you can add as many data sources, and then there's an actions tab, right, which allows you to create a lot of actions. For example, if a user has a complaint, if the complaint is escalated, then send it to WhatsApp, then send it to Slack, and all those things you can do. Now, in terms of deploying, that means you want to give it to your recruiter or you want to add to your resume. You have to go to deploy, you have to click on manage and then embed, then enable chat widget. And then here you have to select iframe. And then this is the link which you see SRC under this link is there, which you can share with everyone. I'm sharing this link.
There were two questions came for this process. Maybe I can cover them. So first question was, how do we embed this on our website stroke portfolio? So as we are saying that we have the website link available with us, we can copy that link and paste in the training area. Navita, can you show me the training part where we have copy pasted the when we have uploaded the resume or we have pasted the forgitech.in website at the same place
Mhm.
while training it, we can copy paste the
Yeah.
website's link so that it will take all the information from your website. And as the Vidya mentioned that you can deploy this while deploying, you can have the link, shareable link on any of the website. So the second question is that if we can share this bot on LinkedIn or not. So with the help of that link, you can share this bot on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So I think Naveen, maybe what you can do is, right, in your LinkedIn profile, you can go to edit and instead of the resume that was there, instead of the portfolio you showed, why
Mhm.
not you embed this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want me to post this on the LinkedIn you're saying?
yeah, you can share your screen while you are doing it. No, don't post it. All right, go to open LinkedIn, share your screen, open LinkedIn. So where you clicked on view my portfolio and showed lovable link, right?
Yeah, okay.
Instead of that, yeah, click on edit and instead of that link, update this chatbot link.
But this comes up with the, I think, premium. business premium feature. It is not, this feature is not available. So here is the URL
Uh,
of my this thing. I'll just take the chat section.
yeah, the chatbot, uh, or you can say visit my website, right? That is,
Yeah. I'll just take anything.
yeah. So see what, uh, so this is what packaging is. Imagine, right? 20 years of experience you already have. Now within the last 20 minutes, you understood how to package your experience, right? So this is what the flavor brings in. Now I just want to recall a very banya analogy. Sorry for me sounding that, but can't help. So the sugar cane cost a fraction of paisa. When you squeeze it in the machine, you get a glass of sugar cane which costs 20, 30, 40, 50 rupees. So in a sense, this bot is just like that sugarcane juice. So when you show to your interviewer and you when you go in the interview and tell, hey, I know AI, I know this, versus another candidate, you know what, I have built a bot and you give us an assignment, right? You guys are in flight booking business. Okay. I've created a bot so that all those people who have problems in flight cancellation can reach out to this bot instead of reaching our customer support. And I've created a very basic version of it. Whom do you think that person will hire? He will hire that person who is a get goer. And this get going doesn't require us to be technical experts. This requires us to just have a very high agency. That's it. So the AI world will give those capabilities. It's kind of augmenting things for those who are willing to do this. And the fact that you showed up on session on a Sunday morning, so half of the war is already won for you. So here is the link that Naveen is showing up, and this is now embedded in his LinkedIn profile also.
And I can show you like since I'm a bit active on LinkedIn, so I can take that question like rather than showing this on view my portfolio, you can create this and then you can go to home, start a new post. I'll just tell you, start a new post, and here write about your bot, the post, and add that bot link, and then you can paste it here. And then you can publish it. So that answers that question. If you don't have the business premium account for LinkedIn, you can do with a normal account by sharing the post on your website.
Now, I just want to also call out what are the kind of interesting things that have happened. So this is something uh, that is something that I have been teaching my students over few months and years, and very interesting ideas came in. So there's one person who actually got hired by HT Media, and she got hired, and she is very young. Like 3 years of experience for a proper product role is very unheard of. What she did was she took all the William Shakespeare books and essentially kind of built a bot to translate that in Hindi. Like, and she actually showcased that hey, William Shakespeare work in Hindi available, and it was very heavily used because people specifically in the Hindi speaking belt of UP and Bihar, they know about Shakespeare, but they could never know the work of them, and they could actually do that. So those kind of interesting ideas you can also bring in. For example, Iran war. Why not you compile all the news sources that are there and actually provide a strategic view on it and have a broad trend in for that? Imagine somebody asking questions, right? Hey, what is India's tactical position today? And it actually gives the bot gives the answer with your context. So those kind of very interesting cases also you can do, which you can repeatedly use on LinkedIn to essentially share with it and add in your resume. So that's the beauty.
So I
Yes.
think we'll
Cleared
be
up.
sharing this. You'll be sharing the recording, Zoom recording links on the YouTube so that everybody can access it. I would request if anybody has not joined the WhatsApp community for Faujitech, they join. So we publish everything there, and we may miss out because I don't know what are the channels to reach everyone. So if you want to like get the access of that link, you can join the community. I'll be sharing it in the open source domain also. There is nothing which is like free charge.
Yeah.
Uh,
One more thing which I wanted to call out here is to just under the hood. When user sends a chat, how do I transition to tech? Suppose we have created the Faujitech bot now. So when you ask this question, what is happening is, so chat base, think of chat base as an orchestration layer. What is an orchestration layer? Like the person standing in orchestra, he would orchestrate things. Here also, chat base is doing nothing but sending instructions to different systems. And what is happening now is you are giving it context through your knowledge source. So the context I gave in was resume, or the website that I gave in was the context. And the instructions that I gave in was the tone and persona. And together, this is called RAG retrieval, or retrieval augmented generation. Now, your interviewer will ask you, hey, do you know about AI and do you know about RAG? And you explain this in this very simple manner. Then tables turn. Then they'll be like, hey, this guy has actually done it. And there's an example for me to also see. So, and then after that, all these knowledge sources are essentially combined in, and then a response is generated. And then there will be questions around how can you validate those response and all, which is called evaluation. So unfortunately, in this session, we cannot cover everything in terms of what evaluation is. Also, it's a very specialized skill, but on a very high level, all of you, if you create one bot, you have essentially kind of created a RAG bot. Retrieval augmented generation is one of the concepts for AI. If you look at most of the job offerings that are there, these are the 4 or 5 key terms mentioned. Does that person know RAG? Does that person know how to create AI bots? Does that person know agentic AI? All these things essentially converge to you showing something, which is taking up a business domain and essentially creating something like a bot or a website. There are multiple ways to do it. In this masterclass, we could cover in the bot part. Okay. Uh, taking a pause here.
Yeah, I think we should move ahead because we have like very
Yes.
short duration of time, and I'm excited for the question and answer session also.
Yeah.
Nitin.
Yeah. 100%. Now, imagine this. So this is the thing we actually did in last 20, 25 minutes. Uh, I just want you to kind of extrapolate it and kind of think of what can happen over the course of weeks. That can be there. One, the good thing is, right, you already have seen a lot of work that we have essentially kind of invested in terms of building the different tools that are available for you. So, uh, like for example, the CTC converter, the career compass and all. Good thing is, we already have compiled. So a lot of you might be missing out on tools. So good thing is we already have a link for you created where you can go and use all these tools. Again, all these are created by AI. So this is something that we can enable you to build, which is your own portfolio, which can be like truly world class in every sense. Uh, so just a second. Let me kind of come in here. What these 20 minutes did was we actually tried to answer those questions for you, which was I have a fear on AI. I am essentially too old to start. Right? All those things actually don't matter because no matter how old you are, if you can speak and if you can write, that is the only ask that AI has today. Can you think and can you answer properly? Those, and can you prompt the system in the right manner to execute things for you? So it's a question of agency, not age, which we are trying to address. And the idea is that we are essentially coming up with a program to essentially enable you to kind of proceed along and build a complete concrete roadmap for you. Uh, Naveen, I if you want to share the screen, right,
So,
you can right now.
right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, yeah. uh, So,
Perfect.
yeah. If you look at it, right, what Faujitech, the idea is that we don't want to sell capsules, another capsule, right? One video here, one tool there, one certification here that is there. Uh, Frankly, as we proceed along, the value of those things are decreasing. If you look at Google and if you look at any top companies, they have actually removed the requirement for degrees also. So world is moving there, and with AI, it will actually accelerate even more. So what we don't want to essentially create an was a capsule approach. What we want to bring in as a complete ecosystem where it's about AI domain, corporate translation, but specifically for veterans. And this essentially is a coverage that is designed for the new world, for the new era. Unfortunately, what unfortunately how the corporate is moving. So corporate is moving at a Formula One pace, and right now, where we saw a gap was that everything that we are essentially trying to do is moving at a very slow pace. So, a bullock cart won't be able to compete with a Formula One car. And that becomes even more prominent as the world becomes more scarce. So, by like being at the elite level of your game is more of a mandate right now rather than an optionality. So, we are building the platform for veterans. We are essentially kind of working on bringing applied AI to your domain. This is absolutely not another certification program. We actually mean it in that sense, right? We don't do neither in my previous ventures that I have done, neither on the 1,000 and 1,500 odd people I have taught him. In last 5 years, I've never told a single lie. And that is something that Naveen and I would essentially kind of hold true. This is not for kind of getting a badge. If somebody signs up with us, we'll make sure that they are pushed to limits. So that's there. Just Naveen, if you could just move to the next slide. So what we are essentially bringing now is the 9 week roadmap. As you see, the 20 minutes, right, was about creating portfolio, but that is not enough. What we essentially want to give in here is we want to essentially kind of cover in right from the fundamentals, from what corporate culture hierarchy is there, what skill mapping that is there, what how military experience translate to corporate roles, and essentially signing up with a capstone project. If you look at it, we are designing a program around outcomes, not output. So outcome here would be you will have a clear picture of corporate landscape. Now, why we are covering the entire landscape? The thing is with AI, you never know which role will get obsolete in next few months with as AI companies are launching one or the other tool. So we want you to kind of give you a complete span coverage of what you can actually do. And also how to use AI to essentially upskill. The idea is to enable people to accelerate their learning process. Now, whatever you want to learn, how you can accelerate that. So that's the main thing that we are covering here. We have already given a glimpse of it in Career Compass tool, which is also there in Faujitech tools that is there, which helps you find one part of it. We'll come up with an even deeper version in the program where it will do your psychometric assessment on what is the kind of role that needs to be targeted in, and this would be supplemented by the world class mentors in every domain. When I mean by world classes, it's not like an average Joe coming in. If we need it, if needed, we'll bring the best Navy SEAL across the globe. So that's one of the promise that we want to. If Sam Altman is needed, we'll make sure we'll bring him. So that's one of the things that we are essentially focusing on, that how can we make sure that we whatever whoever signs up actually get the best of the best in terms of learning. Uh, I mean, if you could just move to week two and quickly and all. So week two is about applied AI skills. Now, I showed you one example where bot is created, but there are a lot of things which you can actually do with AI. For example, you can speed up your job search. You can actually build tools around it. You can, if you are thinking of entrepreneurship, you can uh, uh, build simple SaaS tools which people can pay for. How to essentially use AI as your co-brain rather than as a tool, right? How to essentially kind of create world-class presentations, reports, and emails in minutes. By the way, there's a reason why you are not seeing this in full screen because this is AI created. Uh, PowerPoint presentation, and we created from scratch using Claude. So this itself is an example. The slide which you are seeing right now is actually not a slide, but it's something that is we have created from scratch using AI. So uh, those things we would cover in, and obviously all the gamut of tools that are there, from ChatGPT to Claude to Notebook LM to the deeper level tools like Na10, Lovable. Those we would essentially kind of cover in week two in terms of giving you breadth of knowledge that is needed. And then as we progress along in the program, we'll cover specific domain tracks, applied AI for product management. What are the things that you need for product management that we would cover if you're targeting product based roles? What are the common frameworks that you would need? What is that would be actually asked in interview? Because see, shortlisting your resume is one thing, cracking your interviews is another thing, and cracking interviews means 4 or 5 rounds at least being interviewed. So how can you be prepped up for it? Naveen, you want to add something? Or
No, no, I'm good. I think you're doing good. So, and we are going to cover the concepts behind this. So the corporate world for a veteran, if you go right now, it's all about jargons, and the better how better you can explain them. So because of that, if you know the jargons, if you know the concept at the base level, and if you can communicate it with confidently, which all of veterans can do, then I think with your portfolio and with your work which you have done, I think you can fit into respective domains of your choices. That was the
yeah,
message I wanted to add.
100%. Week four is similar thing around project and program management. Here we would essentially kind of cover in not only the basic tools that are there, for example, Jira, Jira, MS Project, those kind of tools, but also we would cover in what you can do next. How can you essentially kind of uh, uh, move forward as you kind of progress in the applied AI domain? What are the new kind of skills being asked for? How can you create project plans using AI? How can you make sure that you are able to create your own co-pilot assistant on MS Teams? So that when you are on holiday, at least those date tracking can be done automatically. See, all these small things which I'm telling, which might be sounding, oh, how will I be able to do it? We essentially want to distill and simplify it for you. Uh, Naveen, if you could quickly proceed. Week five is again around operations management, where we would cover in more in depth of supply chain logistics. So I actually worked in supply chain space for quite some time and also in fintech, and I've seen the evolution happening. I've seen how now AI based forecasting is there now, how how those changes have essentially impacted almost every element of replenishment, of supply planning and all, right? Or how can you essentially kind of use AI to better perfect it? So that's what will be the focus of week five. Each week is essentially designed on going a little bit deeper. Week two was breadth. Week three, four, five, and six are about depth. And then applied AI for cybersecurity and physical security. See, the reason we are covering so many domains in depth is, as I told you, in AI world, you don't know what will be the next shift will be. So you can essentially be prepared for all those roles. Secondly, as you elevate in your life, as you progress towards C-level roles, executive roles, top leadership roles, anyways, you need to have understanding of all those domains. And not only the understanding of how it used to happen in the archaeological age, but also how it's going to change in future. So it kind of builds a very broader perspective of how AI would actually be embedded in the entire organization. And especially if you move to AI PM kind of roles, then in that case, it's very important to have a platform view of things. What are the changes we need to make that impacts across layers? So it's important to understand that. That's why it's kind of very carefully crafted in this manner. uh, and for applied AI for cybersecurity and physical security also, right? How can we essentially do risk assessment, find out the have an extensive coverage of cyber security fundamentals? How can we create our own bot that can track all the vulnerabilities? Those are the things we essentially kind of want
And
to enable here.
just to put add-ons here, like why this the logic or rationale for this particular kind of course curriculum. I have done personally the DGR settlement course from IIM Lucknow, and over the past over the 6 months of tenure, 6 months of course there, I have learned almost 40-45 subjects where they have taught us everything around operations, around project management, around product management, around like a software development life cycle. But I think, in my view, I was not able to take extract out of it into the AI world. Now, this is kind of a version point 2.0 who can bridge the gap between the transitioning military officers or who have already been transitioned, who doesn't know how corporate works inside. And a fun fact around is that I'm working as an AI product manager right now, but fortunately, my profile got shortlisted for a startup in a role called Chief Operating Officer for AI products. Now, I know AI product management, but just to go for the interview for that, I should know the operations management the logics also. So what Navitya was saying, that when the world is evolving, I think we should have a glimpse of knowledge, the horizontal knowledge, and maybe we can dive deep in one of the domains. Over to you, Navitya.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, Ravi. Now, week 7 would actually be a culmination. So, if you would see on the first week itself, we'll actually give you a capstone project where you would partner with 4 or 5 people, 3, 4, depending on how the size gets structured, where you'll create a complete capstone project end to end, which you would present in week 7. Now, this would not be like one presentation created and 4 people telling. Again, that's class 12th grade work. We will do what is needed in world-class world, which is you will create an agentic solution here. You would actually create a working version of things that are there, and we would essentially kind of enable you and also kind of help you in terms of, right, personally how to improve that. How can you present it to the different set of audience? Obviously, those things would be covered, but apart from that, more importantly, how can you be an get goer? That's the main thing, because as we progress to the new world, resourceful people will be needed even more and more. And this capstone ensures that there is a high agency from your side to essentially kind of imbibe everything and then present. And like the bots that you would create, the tools that you would create, the actual portfolio that is created by each of you, those things would essentially be covered in week 7. Uh, and then week 8 is about interview prep, LinkedIn, and corporate launch. So we would essentially kind of enable you with all the tools that are in there to essentially do the interview preparations, and transformations and salary negotiations and everything.
And I would say week eight's curriculum will be like a dynamic. It will be closing up here, but it will start from week one itself when you have identified your domain. Now, you have to create a LinkedIn brand strategy for you with the help of AI. You can automate your content posting with the help of AI. You can create artifacts which needs to be sent with the LinkedIn posts so that the HR managers or the hiring managers can see that this person knows something. The interview preparation, some people may get interview call in between, so there is a feasibility available to start this week 8 from week 1 itself, but we can wrap up formally or organize it to close it at week 8.
By the way,
Okay,
Naveen,
go
one
ahead.
interesting question was asked by Mr. Rahul that can we not create a chatbot to study my ATS-based resume and actually uh, create the opportunities for me? So we have
You have
already
already
built this
created.
tool. Yeah,
I
so we
was
have
about to
already
say.
created this tool.
So,
We are launching it subsequently.
So,
Uh,
there's one thing which I want to tell you. This idea has started from around end week of February or maybe mid of February. Me and Navitya both are working in a full-time job. And like we have thought that we could have stopped ourselves for 60 days, come up with all the posts and everything, and then launch this webinar. But we thought, like, there is a very, very good saying in corporate world nowadays, fail fast. So we wanted to launch it as soon as possible. We want to gather the feedback, and that's why there are 4 to 5 tools which we were not able to focus upon because of the master class and our professional responsibilities. So that is apologies from our side for that unpreparedness. But sir, we have that AI bot which can transform, which can say the ATS score of your tool, and that is free, by the way. So we have available it. Maybe in this week, Navadya, we can share this with the wider audience.
Yeah, sure. If not this week, then obviously by next week, right? I just not only
Yes.
iron out few things, but sir, that is there. Upload your resume. It will help you improve your ATS score and also apply to the job roles. And that's going to be completely, obviously, for a limited time, it's going to be free because we'll
Yeah.
be spending token cost on it. And then we would essentially think on the economics of it if you like it, and you can proceed. Okay.
Okay. Let's go to next slide. So let's go for the cohort one, which we are. As I told you, like we want to fail fast, and fail fast. It doesn't mean for the cohort members. It is for the co-founders and the people who are running it. So we have tried to start with the cohort with only 30 seats because we know that a transitioning journey with the kind of veterans background, we want to give a one-on-one, one-to-one focus on the transition journey. We want to have more and more successful success stories from this cohort. So there are 30 seats for first cohort. If we talk about the cost for this particular cohort, if we go in the open source domain nowadays for any AI/ML specialization course or certification, as Nivedya already told, first of all, they are not built up specifically for the veterans. They are built up for the open target audience. So around 30 to 40,000 you will, or more than 40,000 you will get in the AI/ML certifications, where you will not get the in-depth understanding from the scratch. Here, I know what a non-tech person, executive branch officer from the submarine branch, who doesn't know how to, uh, I should say, like how to operate on a website, how he will learn AI. That kind of handholding we are going to provide in this, which I don't think so anywhere is there. Resume writing services. So I personally, when I was in IIM Lucknow, I spent around 10 to 20,000 rupees with various organizations who write our resume, and we don't have options to rewrite it. So here it will be like a tool based, what we can say, assistance will be required. And if required, you can ask your queries in one-on-one mentoring sessions also, so that we can tweak around your resume for any particular job. Okay. Then LinkedIn optimization services. As I told you, like in my corporate career, in 3 years, I got 3 to 4 interview calls. Nobody referred me. I got this organically reaching out. The HR are reaching out to me because I was posting on LinkedIn without any fear. And some of the posts I still laugh now. I used to go to ChatGPT. I used to create a LinkedIn strategy for 30 days. Whatever may be the topic, I just used to tell to ChatGPT, create a LinkedIn post for this, and I used to put it on LinkedIn. But that has organically helped me because the algorithm has put me in the active content creators. And then any HR wanted to, two HRs have called me directly, and the current job which I'm doing right now as a VP AI product management at JP Morgan Chase is because of that organic reach only. So LinkedIn is like another visual tool which we are working on with the cohort people. And then the fourth one is interview coaching, 4 sessions. So there will be like mentorship sessions available for each and every person. You can schedule it based on the availability of the mentors. And we can provide you the specific interview preparation for each and every thing. 4 sessions will be in person, interview preparation sessions will be there. Career counselings will be there because we know like where to go. Like we know like we want to go somewhere, but we don't know where to go. So career counseling is one of the things. Until we don't know where we want to go, how will we start putting in efforts? So for that also we can take up some personal classes, personal sessions, and go ahead with the one-on-one sessions. Domain specific bootcamp. So as Navidya already told, like we want to touch base upon what horizontally for each and every aspect of product management, program management, cyber security, physical security. Uh, but if you want, like we have specialists who can give you guidance for that particular role. Let's say you have decided you want to go into operations or you want to go into physical security. Then we are bringing on mentors who can provide you assistance how to go vertically inside these roles when you have the horizontal knowledge from across the industry. Uh, we need to say that all the sessions recording will be available. There is the biggest challenge nowadays, that availability of people. Some of them, some of the veterans are working, and I can understand. Although the sessions will be kept on Saturdays and Sundays, but still, if anybody misses the session, they can use the LMS access for 2 years. That is free of cost for the cohort one people for 2 years. And then unlimited access to exclusive expert sessions. So we have a community. Over the community, we are going to provide the expert session links. We are going to call the people from the industry. They can come and interact with the people, and the community members can ask questions about their queries, what they are facing troubles with. If we are not able to answer the questions, you can directly connect with the experts. Last but not the least, if we sum up all these things, I kind of a sales pitch, but I would not say, because it is all the things which I have done, and I have spent more than the money which is provided here, 1,55,000. So all these courses, if you accumulate, it will be like 1,55,000 plus. Uh, but for cohort one, because it is very, very close to us, I am starting my entrepreneurial journey with this. And best part is that the mission is to support the community itself. We are launching this 9-week program for 49,999. That is the cost which we have decided for 9 weeks. And is is if anybody has any questions around it, you can type in the comment section. I can take the questions. Is it costly, or is it okay, or is it too costly? Something like that. Okay. Uh, but like, if you guys are excited for a final offer, I think we can provide it to you because of the cohort one itself. Because I and Navidya are very much excited to launch the cohort one. For for the cohort one itself, this is going to be the price from cohort two. From the cohort one, we have reduced the special price only for this cohort, that is 29,999 for 9 weeks program, where from the scratch we can handhold the veterans and provide them expertise in the domain specific area as well as in the AI, so that they can better prepare for the AI roles. Uh, there is one thing which I want to give one more offer to this, if all the veterans are excited. This 29,999 is the price which exclude GST. But for cohort one, if you guys can enroll for this course, we can bear the GST part from our end, and the final price will be 29,999. And that is the final thing which we wanted to tell you. If you have any questions, if you have anything, you can ask us. You can go to the Faujitech.in website. There you have both the options. You can apply for cohort one. While applying, you have to just do, if you're not what we can say, just want to reserve your spot, you can pay 1,000 rupee deposit amount to put your position in the cohort one, and that is also refundable. Let's say after 1 week you say that I don't want to join the cohort, we would be happy to return the money to you. But if you want to join the cohort, just you have to pay 1,000 rupees, and within a 7 days you can inform us if you don't want to join, and if you want to join, then you can pay the remaining amount of fees. uh, that was the last thing. And to apply, you can use this Faujitech.in website. Here you can do apply now also. And at the home page, if anybody want to connect with us, then they can apply for the talk to us first section, where you can book your Calendly invite based on the availability of the mentors. We can have a one-on-one session, and we can further take this forward. So that was it from our side. Uh, this is the offer which we can give. Now we can, Navita, you want to add something to this, or like
I
we
think
can open the house for the questions?
I think yeah, I think nothing much I wanted to kind of cover in here. What I just wanted to kind of call out here, right? So we would essentially be having these master classes from time to time. Obviously, we would essentially kind of try to cover it there. Uh, most of the curriculum, most of the resources that would be there, right? We are essentially trying to make sure that uh, they are available. They are available to you for free as much as possible, and that's the idea why we are creating so many tools and everything as well. Uh, the reason whatever pricing we are essentially kind of coming up with is for the fact we don't want to bring in B grade mentors. Like if it has to be someone from cybersecurity, he has to be like really country level lead, someone of that sort caliber to kind of come in and essentially give guidance. What you are seeing here is essentially we have very carefully thought through based on the audience pool, the kind of coverage that we will do, and uh, also kind of ensuring that it's actually a very, very niche and specialized program. I haven't seen many which have been created at this level of comprehensive depth. So that's there. But yeah, now more than excited to take up questions, right? Please do ask any question that you have in, right? I will be more than happy to answer.
You can request to unmute. You can ask to unmute. We can unmute the participants and they can ask the questions.
Yeah, I think yeah, yeah, let's get started. And I think Gayatri, you had a question, and then Raghu sir, you also had a question, right? So we'll take it in that order.
Okay. I'm just unmuting Raghu sir. So just once.
Okay, so you gave me the opportunity. Thank you, Naveen and Naivedya. Naivedya, your name really
Yeah.
represents nutrition, you know. Whatever you offer to God is always
Yes.
nutritious. Thank you so much. In fact, it's such a professional, I can take the liberty, Naveen. It's such a professional way of presenting and simplifying things. A non-techie person like me can understand this. By the way, me and Naveen are colleagues in the same organization. I'm quite impressed the way he drives things in JP Morgan.
Thank you, sir.
I am already into corporate for 12 years after my 21 years of journey. So you can guess at what age group I lie. I'm above 56. My question is, I'm quite excited about everything what you have spoken. Is there something which I can take away? I don't want to miss this. In fact, sorry, let me complete my transaction first.
Oh,
I was
no
before
worries, sir. I can take it from you in the office tomorrow. But
so I have actually reserved my. Uh, I paid 1,000 and reserved my seat. I don't want to
okay.
miss it. Still, I
Okay.
have my doubts. I want to leverage this. I could have really approached Naveen separately as a colleague, but most importantly, so much of effort has been put into this. So, how can I use this in my existing job? How can I leverage AI in my existing job? And I'm trying to, again, like Naveen did, picking up so many randomly available courses everywhere, spending a lot of money. By now, I have already spent around 2.5 lakhs. Of course, I got a certification, but the point is, in what direction I'm going, I'm not sure about. So, will it help me in case if I subscribe to this?
Sure. Sir, two things that I would actually want to answer for you. So first thing is, I'll give you a very brief analogy. So, my grandfather actually passed few years back. He was actually 84. Think of it, right? At almost 25 years to your age, right? And uh, he actually used to tell me a very interesting thing. He told me that you guys are in such a beautiful age. If you don't have memory, you have a memory card. We didn't had that option. And my grandfather used to book Zomato at the age of 84,
Hmm.
and I have, and my father couldn't do it. And so one of the things that I have been observing that overall technology is kind of making you more younger, at least from an execution standpoint, right? Obviously it doesn't change in our appearances. Maybe in biological sciences it would happen, but think of it, sir. Next 4 5 years is about not you kind of, you need to operate in where you can get the maximum leverage. For example, you have your own trading portfolio, which I am assuming would actually be spanning in right few crores, right? The number, if I so I've done CFA also, so I know the portfolio value for people. So now think of it. For that, can you deploy an AI agent which is created by yourself, which actually tells you signals?
Hmm.
Now, this is something you can do at a personal level using the AI available today, where I would essentially monitor, and every morning I'll get a report where my position is going wrong or where my position is going right. Or you might have a mortgage which you want to clear it out in next year. Now, the thing is, with AI, you can actually build your own tool. Now, this is on a personal level.
Yeah.
On a professional level, there are two parts of it. In your existing job, there are multiple instances where you would be hiring people under you. And the only reason people look up to their leader is for learning. Everything else comes secondary. And a leader who is learned and actually being hands-on with AI actually fits the vibe. So whenever I actually look at the leaders who are at CTO level, chief product officer level, although they are aged, but mentally they are as smart as a 20-year-old. So there, the understanding of AI and actually building tools. Imagine you going next time and meeting with your engineering. Hey guys, I have actually built a tool for myself. Can you guys try it out? Now, that flavor kicks in into the mental model of people, and then people are like, "Hey, this guy is actually there, and he'll actually push us to learn more." That's how you attract the best. So within your org, as soon as you start attracting the best people towards you, you also yourself get elevated. So one of the reasons for me getting promoted was, if I would have left the org, then four other data scientists would have left,
Correct.
because they were like, we trust this guy so much. Now that elevates you and it compounds as you progress along more and more. So it's not only to do with corporate, it's not only to do with personal, but it's kind of a multifaceted view of what is coming next. Like, uh, so that's how we are designing this program. I don't know if I answered you well or not.
I got. Thank you, Navid. In fact, I got something more relevant than what I was looking for. Actually, yeah, I can build my own tools, especially for a different purpose, especially trading and all these things. I think it may help me. And in my existing profile, I need to be more curious and explore opportunities where I can apply these things. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have something in mind. Maybe I'm not able to explain, but I have something in mind which I may try to build upon.
Yep. And those 9 weeks and beyond, the 2 years essentially for LMSs, for example, so I have been mentoring people and they reach out to me 4 years later also, and we kind of collaborated together.
Yeah.
There are military veterans who I've worked with who actually had discussion about whether they should surrender their green card or not. Now
Mm.
imagine that kind of support when it flows through over years, it kind of becomes very important. And I also have reached out to my students. Hey, can you help out in my career journey? So because it's not actually a student kind of engagement, it's actually more of a mentorship engagement
Correct.
where people operate at like a no holds bar kind of condition is there in terms of conversing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
uh, by the way, sir, I would also want to take up a question that is there from Gayatri also, right? Any guidance who have taken a career break? Gayatri, if you're there. Uh, okay, so for those of you who have actually taken a career break for various reasons, right? One of the things where our program can help is build a solid portfolio for yourself. So during that time, you can actually build a portfolio where you can show live projects. See, have you taken a career break or you have taken a break from career? That's the question people will ask. If you have taken a career break, it's fine. But if you have taken a break from career, then good luck to you. We will essentially enable you to kind of justify that career break. Hey, by the way, I was not sitting idle. I had some responsibilities. And during that time, I also learned how to do agentic AI. And there are 5 examples I can showcase you. The world of tomorrow is not about speakers. The world of tomorrow is about people who show. Like when you go to a restaurant, you look at their menu. Tomorrow, even for white collar, that would be there. You would not only look at the resume, but what they have actually created, what you can actually taste, what you can actually see from them. So that's going to be how.
And to add on to this, Nivedya, the organizations are also very much welcoming these kind of profiles, like especially women who have taken career break and now they want to join back with upskilling in the field of AI. I have seen professional women networks in the organization, especially the US and UK based organizations. They are very much happy when you write on your resume that I was on a career break for taking care of the family, for taking care of the kids, something. So, for these kind of things, the organizations are also welcoming, provided that if you showcase yourself very correctly, that although I have taken the, as you mentioned, you have taken career break or you have taken break from the career. So, I don't think so. There is a problem in that. We can work around this, guy.
Yeah. And I think next question is from Anand, which he mentioned, will the updated content be there? So yeah, the entire point of creating LMS and giving access to US for the 2 years. See, 2 years we are actually giving it the reason because I mean, if we commit you perpetually, right, then it we cannot commit you perpetually because it's a legal binding requirement. But the thing is, if you want to kind of say you attend the program today and like in cohort 3 you want to attend few of these sessions also, we'll make sure that you can attend then and there then also for free. That means the LMS access will continuously be updated for you, and you can essentially kind of attend if you want to revise something or you want to attend something even more. And we didn't mention it here explicitly, but expert sessions would be open for everyone across sports. So as we kind of progress on, so this is my second stint in cohort kind of based business. So and if you kind of look at from that standpoint, the only thing that sells right now is, especially if you're creating a niche program, is can we provide you continuous value? So all the course that would be there would be constantly updated. In a nutshell, that I want to answer you. And if you miss out few sessions, you want to attend it again in next cohort, you want to roll over to another cohort, all those things we would essentially ensure. The only thing is the way we are keeping the pricing and everything is we are designing this for classes, not for masses. This is for people who are genuinely interested in career, not another certification program. That is that is my humble request. This is not designed for it. It will push you to limits. Like the evaluation, the entire process, it will push you to actually have the best person coming out of you, which who will actually be doing things. So it will be
Yes.
a very, very do centric course rather than sit back and listen centric course.
We can provide you the roadmap, we can provide you the guidelines, but the action taking capability has to be coming out of you. That is required because without action, we can't create a brand or a self brand on anywhere in the corporate or in this thing. So action oriented cohort is there and you have to put in a lot of efforts like us. So we will keep our 100% with us. You have to provide your 100%. Let's make it a exponential career growth for you. Nivetya, we have a question from Sunil. I am a financial crime investigations. I am from financial crime investigations. Have around 4 years of corporate experience. There is a lot of AI which has been already got onboarded. How can I benefit from this course and building something useful? Could be you? Can you give a brief insight? And I will also block some time to have a talk. Okay, you are welcome to join to take the one-on-one session, a quick session with us, but we can take this question for the open to.
Yes, 100%. Right. So, Sunil, just to kind of answer it for you, right? Financial crime investigation, right? You have mentioned, right? I see a lot of LinkedIn posts coming up and that RBI also doing it. Hey, save yourself. Do not give your OTP, XYZ. Frankly, financial crime is not happening at that level. It's at much, much, much deeper level. The way you are seeing the CTC converter tool, the idea is that you can actually build those tools yourself, right? Financial crime investigator tool. What are the different kind of vulnerabilities? Like the website that you are seeing or this slide you are seeing, like these tools that you are seeing. Imagine you create your own tool, which almost 2,000, 3,000 people start using. Do you think HR will not notice it? This is what noticeability, this is from where your noticeability will come, which is when you actually create, showcase, post it on LinkedIn. So we have a complete playbook ready. And the idea is whatever your domain expertise is, we just want to accelerate it. It's like if you have an electric car, we'll add a nitro boost in your electric car. If it's a petrol car, we'll add a nitro boost in your petrol car. So depending on whatever it is, whatever your domain is, in that case, I use petrol and electric. So your domain might be cybersecurity, or your domain might be operations, or any other domain. We essentially would facilitate you and figure out the ideas to essentially kind of put your resume and your entire portfolio in the best light for that domain. And if we are unable to fulfill it, uh, we would essentially kind of bring in, as I told you, best in class mentors. That's one of the promise we would essentially commit to you that, hey, whatever it is, we will bring in best in class. We are heavily focusing on designing this program around the net promoter score. If we see a low score in sessions, we would actually kind of will be more than happy to give you even more time. So that is something that we can essentially offer as a commitment to you.
Just to add on to this question, anybody who's working right now in any role, what is happening in the AI world? Since you are the operator, you are the executor, you know which all problems are pain points for your system or your process. Now, in the AI world, it's a very good thing. You just have to pick the problem, translate it into AI problem, and just have to tell it to your manager, and then things will start falling for, like, developers will be assigned to it if the idea is good, the data scientist people can be assigned to it, and then you can given a credit that although this people is not from this particular background, not is from the AI, but he has identified a very painful problem which can help organization grow and save some head counts or some operational efficiency, and then based on that you can grow organically in your current role also. And maybe if you keep on doing this, you can pitch yourself to your manager that I am ready for this kind of role. Can you please pitch me for this role? And I want to give interview for this. So this is kind of a Sunil kind of profile who are already working in an organization. You just have to identify the key problems and map them with the AI capabilities, which you are going to learn in the cohort. And then we can take it further in the cohort as a question or a query.
Yeah.
We
And
have.
I think Anand had a question. I had taken up entrepreneurship and now looking for a job. Will be wise to try for corporate jobs now with my age and 2 years break from job. I have admin, physical security, and operations experience in education institutions, a university, and international school. So, sir, uh, so as I told you, right? I mean, in your case, right? See, for me to essentially tell exactly whether it's the right career choice or not, I think the best step would be we connect offline one-on-one. On Faujitech.in, we have a connect for 20 minutes. In that, right, we can actually look in detail, like what is the right path specifically for you, right? So it's because the question is very specific and you have been an entrepreneur and then you are switching back, right? So multiple dynamics are playing here. So once we kind of understand that, right, we can essentially carve out a plan for you.
I think we had one question from Arun, if I'm not wrong. He wanted to start a SSP coaching academy. So, Arun, we can connect separately. I think that will be a separate discussion from the agenda from this class. We can take up this question separately.
Yeah.
Anyone has any more question? I know we are already 8 minutes over the class, but we are happy to answer all the questions as mentioned in the early at the start of the session.
Hey, by the way, thank you so much, everyone. I just want to kind of mention it, right? See, the idea is, see, the best thing that you can do for us, right, is not signing up for program. Obviously, that would be extremely great for you. But even better would be if you actually build something from what you have learned to know. That's the main intent. Uh, More than anything, we as a country are now in a stage where we can actually propel ourselves. And the only way to do it is by doing and not saying. So please, when you go along, right, we will share the recording with you. Any questions you have in kind of building this, but at least build one bot for one cause. So that would be like the biggest thing from your side for us. And obviously, if you want to engage more with us, right, more than happy to essentially help you guys out. And yeah, icing on top would be you sign up for the program as well.
I got one quick question. I think this is for the people who are already working in corporate. They are asking, asking the question is whether they can utilize the learning and development in their organization. They offer to upskill that amount, they can use it or not. So I think that we are pretty much comfortable. If you want to utilize the learning and development funds from your organization, we can provide you the relevant documents. You can share it with your organization and redeem that money from. I got your point. Like, so
Yeah,
yes,
and
it is up.
US is using its petrodollars. You should use company's LND dollars. Please, please, right? Any support needed, any kind of message that needs to be written in there, right? We would essentially be able to help you. Companies generally do have budget for training, right? But if you need, right, why this program only, we can also help you in kind of sending you a write-up which you can share with your management team and they can essentially approve budget on top of it.
All right. I think we don't have any questions. So my last query, last request is that first of all, thank you so much for joining this session. I really get very overwhelming response in this, the queries and what we have done today. The final thing I wanted to tell you, the cohort one, which we are launching soon, it has 30 seats. The final price for cohort one, we have already told. If you can enroll by midnight today, then the GST part will be like borne by our organization. If not, by from tomorrow, like it will be 29,999 plus GST. That last thing we want to do. And if you are unsure that like whether you want to join, not join, want to block the seat also, just pay 1,000 rupees, which is a refundable amount. In 1 week, you can tell us, we will refund that amount also to you, so that maybe when we start the cohort, you come back and say that I want to join, but we say that we already have 30 people. Sorry, sir, we want to you have to wait for cohort two. So just to avoid that situation, and we are open and transparent. If you want that money back, we will give you in 7 days. I think when does the cohort start? April second week. Okay, Lavanya
Yeah,
already answered.
yeah, yeah. And for those of you who have already reserved it, right, we'll have a pre-cohort kind of material also
Right.
create for you, which we will send for free to those who have signed up. Essentially, kind of that puts you a little bit ahead in terms of what you can expect in the program and the preparation that you need to do so that you can extract the best value out of the program. And also,
And
right, thank you.
for the payment section, just this faujitech.in, you can go. Here there is an apply now section. When you click this, you will reach to this page. Here at the bottom, reserve my seat with 1,000 rupees. You can show this QR code and pay that amount. To connect with us one-on-one, you can go to the same website homepage, talk to us first, and block the Calendly invite. It will reach to us and we